Fifty Sixin.
Welcome back. Another episode of 56ing. Me and my boy BJ.
What's up, brother?
It's been a couple weeks, bro.
Has
Cheers, my friend. Cheers. Has been one of those days, one of those weeks.
Mm.
You know.
Mm.
Let me just catch you up and everybody else up.
What we got?
Those listening. So a lot has happened. My daughter now lives with me, going to college. Very exciting. But which is, we talked about this a few episodes ago about like, can you see beyond your daughter graduating?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm still working on it, to be honest with you. But it's, of course, as all things, I also had an emergency. So everyone laughs at me. I've had a problem with 3 teeth since I was 15 years old because football, fighting, whatever. The 2 back here and one of the back ones up here, I cracked, broke, shattered multiple times over 30 years, whatever the fuck I'm saying. So this one is a crown. This one's an implant. Well, I finally lost the back one. And I just want to lay this out for people that don't understand. I, hate the dentist.
Mm-hmm.
I have a fear of the dentist because it hurts like a motherfucker. I'm always worried that it's going to hurt, right? Typically they numb it, whatever. I have now experienced my worst fear in the dentist. So now I have to come up with another one. So I went in because the filling fell out of my very far back one. And I went in to get a root canal so that we could put a crown on. It was so inflamed, it wouldn't numb. So, like, bro, half my fucking face was numb.
Shit.
But it still wasn't numbing. So I said, fuck it, just do it. Bro, the drill hit the tooth. I blacked out. That's how painful. They had to use the smelling. And I came to, I was like, did you do it? They're like,
no,
we're not doing that. We're not drilling on you when you pass out from pain. I was like, I was pissy. I was like, then why did we even do all this? Like, this is bullshit. So whatever. So I had to do an emergency extraction and then come to find out, because they had to take out some of my jawbone. So I had to do a bone graft. Whatever. People who are in the dental field or oral surgeons, whatever, they'll be like, yeah, it's common. To me, it's a goddamn nightmare because now I have part of my jaw exposed on the inside of my mouth and the gum has to grow over it. I'm like, dude, this is my worst fear. But now that it has already occurred, that's what your boy's been doing.
All because you want to chew ice, bro.
Bro, chew ice and drink gallons of milk, which is, bro, honestly, I didn't realize that. Correct me if I should. Is that a white thing?
Drinking milk?
Because I've never, like, a glass of milk. That's not a thing I do, bro. I've never in my life done it. 1, it seems gross to me. 2, do you know how much milk costs? It's like $8 a gallon, bro. That shit's expensive as fuck.
I don't know if I've ever drinking a glass. I don't recall ever just
it's
drinking
a straight up glass of milk, bro. Chocolate milk, sure,
different.
on occasion.
Bro, I thought,
sure.
First of all, shout out to Ovaltine back in the day because that shit was fire.
Ovaltine back in the day, bro. I'll still crush a Yoo-hoo, although I don't know if that's actually milk in there.
Yeah, it's
but
probably not.
It tastes good.
Yeah, it's probably not. But it's like a regular glass.
Yeah, but just a straight up regular glass of milk.
I don't think so, man. Close you get some cereal, maybe. You drink the bowl at the bottom, but like it's a glass of milk.
I don't do that either because I think that's weird.
Nah, you don't drink the cereal from the milk from the cereal?
No.
What?
I try to eat it as fast as I can before it gets soggy or the milk gets warm. But like to just take the bowl and to drink it
afterwards, after you ate all the cereal. Oh, that's the best part.
No.
Oh, that's the best part. You're missing out on life.
Oh my god, bro!
That's why you have a root canal.
Do you drink ice cream that's melted on the bottom of your bowl?
Yes.
Oh my god, bro! No,
that's why you have a root canal, bro. You're missing out,
bro. Eat it faster.
No, I like to enjoy my sweets. I like to enjoy my sweet treats, so I take my time.
Bro, eat it faster. Shit. All right. What about you, brother? We both had a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, it's been busy at the work thing. A lot of work stuff going on. But I guess in lighter news, I have another a dive thing coming up. So that's
nice.
Which is very short notice to me, but I'll be doing some more dive stuff next month, so that'll be fun.
Are you dive Is this a dive bomb?
Yes.
Cross certificate.
Yeah, this is
underwater bomb team shit.
Underwater EOD diver. There's only like the running joke is like there's only like 50 in the whole country or whatever. So it's like we make a running joke on the team, like one of 50 or one of whatever. But I guess it is. I guess it's already a small community, the bomb tech thing in and of itself. This is a smaller niche thing of that. So kind of exciting, a little scary. I mean, if you guys have ever been in the ocean or just been in underwater, there's some weird things in the water, some nasty things in the water. I'm a good swimmer, so it's not like that part of it, but like just being like, all the dangerous shit that could happen, while you're doing it is like, but just.
How many underwater bomb teams have your tan?
See, that's how it's funny. I was joking about that with some of the guys on the team, and I was like, I already don't see a lot of me just in general. I don't know if I'll see any more doing in this specific, in the specificity of this. I don't know. But I mean, in and of itself, it is still fun and exciting. So that's the work stuff going on. But other than that, man, it's well, you see it. I had to shave for a fit test. I got to do it once a year, and I am not thrilled about it. I put up a fight every year, every time. I think it's wildly unnecessary. You have to do with. I was like, listen, I have a beard 99% of the time. I have every motivation to make sure that my mask fits with my beard on. I'm not going to stop in the middle of an operation and be like, oh, hold on, guys, let me grab these clippers real quick and tighten this up. You know what I mean? It'll work, but I've stopped arguing with them about it. So I was just like, yeah, it is what it is. You got me. Okay, you got me. So I throw the mustache on, firefighter mustache for a couple weeks, and then we'll get back to the regular scheduled programming on that one. But not.
You should really fuck with them and just rock like a goatee or something real outrageous, bro.
I should dye it blonde. Just dye it.
Just shave the area where the mask goes. That's it. Anyway, sorry.
But no, that's it, man. That's all I got.
One last update, and I gotta flush this out in my head real quick. I wasn't planning on talking to you about it, but we have talked about it. This immigration ICE enforcement shit. I had my first experience working. Working in that atmosphere. I think that's right. Yeah. It has gotten so fucking out of control, wild and crazy that local law enforcement, because they're so scared of having anything to do with immigration enforcement, they don't even enforce just regular federal criminal warrants. Has nothing to do with fucking immigration. I don't give a fuck. But because of that's how, if they see federal, they don't get involved. It's unbelievable, bro. And I'm going to say this for everybody listening. Law enforcement, everyone, first responders, civilians, whatever. Even if your agency is not ICE, when I say criminal, I mean I'm not saying criminal because they're illegal immigrants. I'm saying because they've committed additional criminal acts. Does that make sense? Okay. They don't know you're not ICE. Period. The end. So how they're going to respond to you the way they're going to, meaning like, I'm here to enforce a financial white collar crime.
Yeah.
I know that. They don't. This seems like bro, I remember talking to Sharo about this. He goes, you might think you're going to arrest them for theft or whatever, suspended license. He goes, they don't know that. Because they may have just killed somebody. Yep. They may have just committed a robbery. They think you're here for that. So this is why when I lose my mind, bro, and I went through this experience last week. Losing my mind, bro, because they're like, why do you need so many people just to enforce a white collar? Because there's 15 people in the fucking house and they don't know we're not in ICE. They don't know that. They think we are. And guess what? We rolled up Dude, they were dragging furniture in front of the house, locking the window, all this shit, bro. An old boy jumped out the back window, was trying to run out the You see what I'm saying?
No,
I was like, we're not ICE, dude. I don't give a shit.
I get it.
But they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you see people rolling in deep, or agencies rolling in deep, 20, 30 deep, because there's 15 people, they're like, why are there so many? This is just a counterfeit, whatever that is. It's because we don't know how they're going to respond.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, my operation went without a hitch. Everything's fine. But like dealing with the brass on that, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. I mean,
it has gotten wild, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I say I've never been one to really get drunk off the Kool-Aid per se, you know,
it happens. I get it.
Yeah, but it's like when you're looking at it from all angles considered, it's like, do you really want to be attached to that part of it? Probably not. Especially when, you know, when you're elected or you're appointed, you don't want to be on the side of the negative side of public perception. So I get it. But what you talked about is one thing I've been trying to stress to some of my younger guys, right? And it's like, you know that you weren't, you know, just going to write them a ticket or a warning, or you're pulling them over because it could just be like they got a tail light out. Or you're just doing them a courtesy, like, hey man, you know, most people don't check the rear lights, you know, their lights. Hey, you got a tail light out. Wasn't even gonna write you a warning, like, hey, cool, whatever. It's like, but
sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. You know me, I'm not a traffic guy. I have given way more warnings than I've ever given tickets. 100%. Typically, the only time I gave a ticket is if you were a fucking asshole. You can't pull me over for that. Stand by. So on this ticket, you see the statute. That's why I pulled you.
Exactly. Here you go. Bam.
Sorry, I interrupted you. I'm sorry. I forgot.
But I try to stress to them, like, hey, it's like you don't have charges, or you're just coming to do an interview or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
You don't know what they know, and that's what makes it dangerous, right? It's like you can't. There's the variable there that you can't account for. That's the dangerous part. So you got to be, it's like I got to be ready to realize, what, as you put it, what does this encounter mean to them? What could it mean to them? What could the outcome of this mean to them? Right? You don't know if you pull that guy over for a fucking tag light out, or hey man, your lights actually aren't on. He could have 3 dead bodies or 5,000 keys of coke in there, and he's on his last strike, or she. Good opportunity, but you don't know that.
Also true.
You know what I mean? Like you don't know, but they do, right? So it's like you got to be careful for that. So on that end of it, I do get it. I understand. Obviously, you want to do everything the safest way possible. And sometimes, public perception, the optics are not always great. Not to say that people are uneducated, but maybe they're just not considering that part of it, right? It's like when you back somebody into a corner, even a wounded tiger is dangerous in the corner, backed into a corner. You know what I mean? So
damn right.
Gotta be cognizant of that kind of shit. So I get it.
Also, and again, this is not this episode, but the guys I was talking to, the ICE guys, they're like, dude, I've been here for 20 years. He goes, this is the wildest I've ever seen.
I bet.
Just in the last 2 years, it has gone complete 180. Other agencies will treat them worse than criminals.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Once again, not just it. Again, people don't seem to understand. These are federal agents. You're a cop, BJ.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like working stupid misdemeanor or civil cases? Nobody wants to work that shit. You don't make a career off that shit.
No.
It's boring. Everybody hates it. It's dangerous for no reason. That's not fun. That's not what they're going. They're going after hardcore criminals. Number one. Number two, it's also a lot of the stuff that, and again, I'm not going to go case by case, but a lot of stuff we've seen recently in the news, it's like, it didn't need to go that way, especially like a traffic cop when you're serving certain warrants. So it's a twofold thing. One, civilians, listen to what the fuck they tell you, and there's not a chance that you put yourself in harm's way. Meaning, if a cop tells you to stop, you fucking stop and figure it out afterwards. We've talked about this on Street Tales and the show. But number two, for young cops, new cops, my God, I couldn't imagine being a new cop in this fucking fishbowl of every case. Every time you go out, you might make the wrong decision, and all of a sudden your whole, not only your career, but your fucking life is over. I could not imagine. But take a beat. What are you doing? Why are you here? What law are you enforcing? What crime do you have? If you have an administrative or a finance, and they're running and they're shooting, bro, back up.
Yeah,
you get them later. Get them later. We found you once, we'll find you again. Take a beat, bro. That is not happening.
Yeah,
on both sides. Yeah, because now it's just gotten so contentious. Like everyone wants to. It's like, bro, what are we even doing right now? Let's back away.
Yeah, it makes it volatile. Some of the, I mean, obviously, a lot of these are not I don't want to say they're not sensationalized, right? Because the situations happen the way they happen, right? But, and I think in just, in the court of public opinion, it's difficult to kind of have any discourse, because we talked about this before. People have their minds are made up, so they're only looking for the opinions or the things that back up what they already think, right? So it's like it's hard to really have a true discourse about some of this stuff, because people are just trying to make. We're not communicating. Everybody's just trying to make points. So it's like, for the most part, I don't even really get involved in it, because I'm just like, we're not. This is dangerous.
Yeah, that's why I'm not trying to have this debate on this platform, because you're not changing anybody's mind. I don't know. I don't know who has said it. It just might be my own imagination. But if a 2-minute clip or a fucking one episode can change your entire way of thinking, then you got different. I mean, what I'm saying is, without, like, there's no facts. It's just emotion. Like, there's. We're not up here teaching you something from, like, research or a textbook. We're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
But it's like, just take a beat. Think for 5 seconds.
Yeah, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Yeah,
what are we doing?
What is
why?
Especially my young guys, I try to tell them, it's like, what, I'll bring it down to a level that most people can understand. You work in a 12-hour shift, right? And it's like, hey, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. You get off at 6. It's like, do you really want to stop that guy for a busted taillight? For all the things that could come from that, depending on the area, depending on Do
you explain our own encounters doing stuff like that, where we fucked up?
Oh, bro.
Well, we stopped a guy for jaywalking, and he had 100 pack of crack.
Yeah, you're like, God damn, I was not trying to get into that. I was not trying to get into that.
How about that 911, and it ended up being a murder?
Yeah, bro.
Remember that one? Remember that, bro? Yeah. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it's like, I'll clear it out real quick. No big deal. I'll just knock this out real quick.
I'll clear it out on my way home.
Yeah, bro.
Those are words that actually came out of my mouth, and it was a fucking murder. Yep. I was like, God damn.
Yep. So it's, but that, and it's like, even things that, it's like, show up to like a trespasser call, right? It's like, this guy standing here like, he's on public property. Like, first of all, I'm not arguing with either one of y'all. He can be here. They can't be here. This is not a legal thing for me to get into. It's like, you just don't like the fact that they're doing something. It's like, and I tell you this, like, we're not the moral police. Okay, it's not the moral police. Like, did they do something? Well, he shot me a bird. Okay, okay. Again, I say this all the time. It's not against the law to be an asshole. It's not. If that was the case, it'd be a lot of people in fucking jail. I promise you, there'd be a fuck ton of people in jail.
Not yet.
Yeah, so there's already a lot of people in jail, but there'd be way more if being an asshole was a precursor to getting arrested. All right?
Or stupid. Yeah. Or stupid. Stupid is another one. God damn, bro.
So it's just, but it takes it back to, like, what is the severity of what we're doing? Like I said, that, you pull the guy over for a tag light, and they took off, and they're fleeing the traffic stop. Are you really gonna pursue this dude for a busted tag light? I'm sure there's more going on with this. I was like, but when you're chasing him, down the street, and he runs into a mailbox or hits an oncoming car or runs through a house, whatever, it's like, you're gonna have to explain why you're doing what you're doing. And if that's the reason, I can't help you with that. I can't back you on that one. That's not gonna go over well. No. So it's not difficult, but it is something that you kind of have to, like, start putting out there, because especially younger guys and gals, they don't know what they don't know, right? So it's like, and sometimes it's like, if I could just give you all of my wisdom and just give it all to you, by osmosis, and didn't have to explain when things come up, because sometimes things just don't come up, right?
Yeah.
I find me and my sergeant find ourselves teaching a lot, being like, "What did you do?" Okay, let me let's okay, you're not wrong, but let's consider some other things in this, right? And trust me, you and I were there, and you and I were there, and I will always.
Please tell me you didn't arrest him because he was the slowest one.
That one, and this will always stick in my head is Sergeant Alvaro Hernandez. We're trying to serve this felony warrant on this dude, and he was like, consider doing what you're about to do. Where we're going to go over, for the people who don't remember what we're talking about. We're going to go arrest this dude at his job because he had a different address. Couldn't find him. We're spending a whole weekend.
I do remember this.
Right?
I do remember this.
We spent all of our investigative time. We're trying to track this dude down, right? So like, this is a good felony thing. The only place we could find was where he worked at. So it was in the city. So we asked the sergeant, "Hey, we've been looking for this guy for a while. We finally figured out some information. We want to go grab him, because we've been looking for him. We have no other way of finding out where he's at, except we know he works here, and this is the time he's gonna be here." He's like, and then you were there, so I know you remember the conversation. But
yeah.
He was like,
no, I remember well.
"Let me run you through the scenario of what you're about to do." Right? He's like, "Could you go do that? Of course you could. Would you be wrong?
100%.
Absolutely not. Is it a good arrest? 100%. He's like, "But what do you think is going to happen when you go to this guy's job and you arrest him at his job, and he's a convicted felon, and it's already hard for him to find work? What do you think he's going to resort to, or end up having to do to sustain himself or sustain his family or do whatever? What do you think's going to happen?"
That was the first time I ever thought beyond the arrest.
Exactly, thinking beyond the scope of just the arrest part, like beyond the greater picture, the bigger picture, right?
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that's a lesson that I've always took, and he ended it off by saying so profoundly, "Just because you can doesn't always mean you should." And it's like, and I think what we ended up doing was going up there, talking to the dude, and be like, "Look, man, you got this warrant. I'm not trying to embarrass you. I'm not trying to, whatever. You got till tomorrow to get your shit in order. We're going to come. Where are you staying at? I'll stay here, blah, blah. We're going to come pick you up at this time tomorrow."
I remember we picked him up on his porch too.
I said, if you're not there, I think it was like 7. If you're not there at 7:30, we know where to come find you. We're not going to have this level of, decorum and courtesy or whatever. And he was there.
We're doing you a great service.
A great solid. And he was like, "I appreciate that." That gave him time to put in time for work, so he wasn't embarrassed. He wasn't going to get fired. He got his affairs in order. They do whatever. And I'm like,
it worked.
It worked, right? So sometimes, if a guy, and I think I don't think he was running from us. We just didn't have updated information, right? That's different than actual, fugitives from the law who are actively trying to hire for you. And this is the only, they killed 3 people. I don't care if I arrest that dude at work, right? But again, scope
of what was going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
No, fair. Yeah. I'd love to have him on the show. Is he still working or is he retired?
Nah, he's been retired.
Bro, Seafield, come on, bro.
Been retired. I think they got a number for him somewhere. We can work that out. Make a phone call.
We can figure that out, bro.
We'll figure it out.
There's so much wisdom and knowledge, bro. We need to get Izzy on. We need
to
get
we can get Izzy on now.
He said he would.
He said he would.
Again, let the man enjoy his retirement for a few weeks, but bro.
Yes.
The wisdom. Oh my God, bro.
Oh, it's great.
So good. Shiro as well, but I know he's still working.
Yeah.
Batman, got to get him on at some point. Dude, I'd even love to have, I don't want to call him baby Batman. That might be disrespectful. He's a major now.
He's a major now, so.
But listen, we were, you know who I'm talking about, major now. We were deputies together.
Yeah.
I think it was only like a year ahead of us. I don't remember.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. Whatever. And again, we had somebody who didn't want to go to jail, was doing the stiff as a board deal. So I picked him up by his ankles and it was like, He's like, until, we got his hand cut. He's like, "Hey, man, listen, we're equals here. that's not a good look, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? You're right, bro. You're right. I may have got let myself get frustrated dealing with this guy. But see what I'm saying? Like this little,
yeah.
To your point, look at what are we doing? The scope of what are we doing here?
Yeah.
It is hard. And for people who are not in law enforcement or in that kind of position, it's so difficult when you're fully within your legal rights, your authority, you're there, and somebody just wants to be a fucking asshole because you have already dealt with that person, that concept of a person, probably 10 times that day, 1,000 times in your career. And it's like, you're driving me fucking nuts, bro. Like, I wasn't coming in here like this. Like, I don't want to be here any more than you do. I was just eating my burrito at Chipotle, bro. And because you're an asshole and you got people calling on you, now I'm here and now you're giving me shit, bro. Listen, man. I've already been here. I've already been on scene too long. I'm about to fuck you up.
I've already been here too long.
My burrito's now cold. The cheese is solid again. You're upsetting me.
Yeah, this is dumb. This is like, come on, man. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. Sorry, I just wanted to throw that out there. It's the first time I've experienced it, and I gotta be honest. In the first time in my law enforcement career, I remember I called you. I was like, bro, I'm about to do some shit. You're like, easy. It all worked. Listen. It all worked out. But my immediate response was I wanted to push back and be like, no. Easy, bro.
No.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
No. Juice will definitely not worth the squeeze on that one.
Yeah. Do you want to jump to? I didn't quite. I'm proud of you. Is that like as a theme?
Oh no. I was just gonna say.
Are you giving me flowers?
I was giving you some flowers, brother.
I was giving you some flowers. I have a theme here, but go ahead.
No, I was giving you some flowers, man. Proud of you. I was doing some. Was getting some of the text messages about like Izzy's retirement and stuff like that. Talking to some other guys, because we're beyond half, but we've got about 10 years left, right? Hit that.
You're there, bro.
Hit
you're on the other side of the hill,
right? Hit that thing, and you're like, damn, kind of thinking back a little bit, and just thinking about some of the, not just career things, we've kind of ups and downs and been through, just just life shit, man. So it's as old as we used to think 40 was. It's not. It's really not. It is still fairly young. But to get to this point, right, is a lot of luck, a lot of being good, a lot of good fortune, a lot of blessings for sure. But I think it's important to I've known you for a long time and seen some highs and some lows, and still here, still kicking, even though you like to chew ice for whatever fucking reason.
All the time.
Getting cavities at 40 something is crazy. But
it wasn't a cavity, but continue. It was not a cavity, but continue.
But I'll just give you some flowers, brother. That's it.
I appreciate you, bro. I want to give you some too, but it's too personal, but I'm proud of what you got going on. Yeah. You're making next steps in your personal life. Well, fuck that, bro. Professional. You finally took the step.
Broken through a little bit. Yeah.
But then personal life, again, I'm not trying to put your personal life out there, but I'm excited for the next phase, bro.
I am too. I appreciate you, brother.
And I'll be the first to say about time. And to your significant other, nothing but love. Welcome to the family. And all that means. Well, a good segue. I almost don't even want to be the one to ask the question because I know we're going to get smoke and heat, bro. What can be required of women? Go ahead, bro. Well, here, hold on. These are the three, however you want to take this. Discuss realistic expectations in relationships. Explore honesty, loyalty, respect, effort, emotional maturity, and shared responsibility. And how have your expectations changed with age? Again, we're men, so we're talking about our significant others, which would be women in our scenarios. But that's kind of take it where you want to go, bro. This was your topic.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got here, but just talking to some close female friends. A couple, some of them are married, some of them are dating, right? So you have different areas that you're looking at, right? And I was thinking to myself, it's like, damn, what? And I think we talked about this before. It's like, we teach our young men how to treat women, right? But we never really say, hey, this is what you should expect from your partner, from your girlfriend, from your wife, whatever. And I was like, so yeah, in the dating part of it, but like even in society, it's like, what are we allowed to really say, like, this is required of you? I mean, because I think, and just in my opinion, in the male aspect, it's fairly clear, right? It's like, hey, men are expected to do this, be strong, be a provider, be, secure, whatever, right? Be all these things. And it's like, it's usually pretty straightforward and clear. And it's like, it's agreed upon by women and it's also agreed upon by men as well. Like, so both sides are agreeing on what the expectations are. I don't know if we can necessarily do that, on the other side of it. At least I don't think that that's the general consensus. So, I mean, I know 90's there now. It's like, are those conversations that you have with your daughter to say, hey, this is how you should be treating um, a guy that you like, even though she's not allowed to do that. But in a different parallel universe, if she was allowed to date or allowed to get married or whatever, are those conversations that you would be having? Like, hey, this is how you should be moving. This is how you should be carrying yourself, or whatever. Like, those things that you're putting out there.
Carrying yourself. Yes, 100%. And my daughter is extraordinarily conservative when it comes to all aspects of what we're referring to. Treating your significant other, no, not as much. Piecemeal conversation. I actually have that conversation way more with my son than I do with my daughter.
Yeah.
It's a valid point. What I've always said I have had this conversation with significant others, however I want to phrase it. There's a time and a place to disagree. It's not that you can't disagree. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
You absolutely have your own. You are your own person. You can disagree, but to do that in public, or to disrespect, or to downplay, or belittle, or undermine your significant other, wild in public, wild. I hate it when I see it. I hate it when it's done to me. It's not appropriate. It's just not. For me, and not that I am the advocate for all men out here, but typically, problems that I've heard, all men want to be treated like with respect, validated in what they're doing, and feel desired. Now, I can tell you, females also want to feel desired. They also want to feel validated, and they also want to feel respected. I can't speak to the female counterpart. I don't know what exactly that looks like for them. I don't know what that means. I do my best. I ebb and flow, success and failure on both sides. I do my best.
Yeah.
But as long as from what I've seen, what I've experienced, and just again, people in our mutual lives, when shit turns sideways, there's a lack of communication, desire, or respect. Now, you and I have talked about the three things on all relationships, and I think I got this from a book. But relationships are three things. Period. The end. Communication, money, sex. All number one. They're all number one. There's not 1, 2, 3. They're all number one.
All problems stream from those things.
Because sex is desire. Communication.
Validation.
I don't know I don't know what the fuck's going on if you don't tell me. And money is money, bro. It stresses people the fuck out. I can tell you, it's especially if you feel like it. It's a weird feeling to have if you're both on the same plane or one's higher than the other. I have been on both sides of that scale where I was the highest earner or I was the lowest earner. I've been on both sides of that. It's a weird scale. And if the other partner doesn't feel like you're pulling your weight or you're taking advantage of them, it doesn't work. It's like I'm out here working 100 hours a week while you're at home working 20, and you just buying all like. Do you not know how hard I work for that shit? You just blowing it like it don't mean nothing to you.
I saw this. I don't even know if you call it. I guess you call it like a meme. It was just like well, I guess you call it a meme, right? And it was interesting. The dynamic was interesting, right? And I've heard this before. People say this before, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever run into it myself, but I'm sure it exists out there. And it says that if a man gets rich, he, I guess, like draws his, like it's for him and his family, right? It's like,
Yes.
but if it's if a woman gets rich, it's to distance herself from, it's like the opposite. It's like the opposite effect. And I was like, it's interesting.
That's been on a short on YouTube where they were like, "Hey, how much money you got in your bank account?" And they asked, it came across this young couple.
Yeah.
And the boy was like, "Oh, I got $3,000 or something like that." And the girl was like, "Oh, I got 70,000." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Why are you making me pay for all this shit?" She goes, "No, my dad." And then he just walked away. He's like, "You know, bitch."
Yeah.
No, my dad gave me that money.
Yeah. It's like, what? It's like, whoa, hold on. And it's like, but I thought I thought it was interesting. Yeah. I think and the reason I'm bringing it up because I think it's interesting, right? Because we're talking about what can be expected of each side, right?
Yeah.
And it's, if you and I, hit the fucking jackpot tomorrow and get 100 million, and then we were to, be like, oh, I'm single now, I'm out here, blah, 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 that would come off completely different than if we were both, both women and like, oh, we're up 100 million and now, right? So it's like, so I'm like,
yeah, if you did it like, oh, what a piece of shit. He just left his family, but a woman does it like, good for you, girl, girl power, woman power. You don't need no man.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is such a strange dynamic to me that why would it not be our thing? Because but I'm like, again, I'm a man, so I'm always thinking like, this is for us. This is for us, right? So I can't really speak to the other side of it. I mean, this is one of the things we gotta tap in with Mo on an episode, trying to get the female perspective.
Mo and
Kasha, yeah. But it got me thinking, like, are we allowed to expect certain things from women in society, right? So it's like for example, it's like if a man doesn't know how to use a drill, we would automatically call into question his manhood, right?
Yes.
If he can't, if you're not strong, if it whatever, like we would call your manhood into question because we have these set of established things that we expect.
Yes.
What are those things on the other side that, for example, if a woman can't cook, do we call her womanhood into question? I mean, obviously that's, I don't want to be fucking, I'm not misogynistic by any stretch of the imagination, but it's like something that you would think like, if you can't sew, do we call your womanhood into question? Or, I mean,
I love these items because I cook and I do also.
Right. Sew, but it's like I can't. So I don't know if we're allowed to. Right. So I don't know if we're allowed to say or even ask or bring up an expectation.
Couple things. One, as soon as we brought this topic up, I thought of Anthony Mackie. He was on that. He was on that. It was like make daddy a sandwich. I can't remember what Wendy Williams. What show was it? I can't remember.
Was it Wendy Williams? Was it The View? Maybe it was The View. I don't know. One of those.
You look it up. It's there. Yeah. Anthony Mackie. It's his thing. I'm gonna butcher it. But the whole point was his view on relationships. And he goes, "Do you expect me to open the door? Do you expect me to be there to protect you if something were to happen?" And they're like, "Yep." And he goes, "Well, go make daddy a sandwich." Whatever. I'm butchering it. It's his deal. It's not mine. But as far as that's concerned, I got to reference Doug White again because again, he said it in such a way that I'm interpreting it differently than how he presented it, but it hit me so hard. This was 2 years ago. He said this. He goes, relationships are never going to be 50-50 every day. Hopefully at the end of the relationship, which depending on if you're married, the end of your life, hopefully it rounds out to 50-50.
Yeah.
But there's days where it's going to be 99-1. There's days it's going to be 60-40, whatever, right? Whatever the percentages are. There's days you're going to need to lean on your partner more than they lean on you. Period. The end. Meaning, if my partner is off working 12 hour, 24 hour, whatever the fuck, my manhood's not called into question because I vacuum, dust, make dinner, make sure she's. But on the flip side, if I'm out there doing that, you need to take care of the fucking house. Like these are just baseline shit. So it's not necessarily like a requirement. the only requirements I think you could put on both, and it should be reciprocal, is the respect, the validation, bro.
I agree.
And again, we're saying relationships, so desire is also, we both know we've had prior relationships. Like, do you even like me, bro? Like, why am I here, bro?
I just wanted to say that.
What are we even doing anymore? Like, you look like you're upset when I walk in the door.
Yeah, and it's like,
I could leave.
and it begs the question if this is a societal problem, right? Or if this is a biology issue, biological issue. Just because
it's societal, bro.
Or if it's like, what I mean is, are we designed to feel this way as opposed to like, I was explaining to somebody who showed someone a peacock in real life, and they're like, "Oh, I've never actually seen a peacock like in real life." And I was like, "Yeah, right." And they're like, "Wait a minute,
they exist,
right?" So I was like, "Wait a minute." So the male ones are the ones with the feathers. Like you would thought it would be the other way around, like the pretty ones. Yeah. I was like, "No." So you got that backwards. I was like, I had to explain what peacocking was and what that actually meant. I was like, the peacocks, the pretty ones, if you will, are the men because they are peacocking. They're showing their grandiose. They're trying to gain the affection and the attention of the female. Yeah. And they're like, oh, I guess that does make sense.
This is typically why older men date younger women, because it takes men longer to establish and
have all the things that you want. You
build, become desirable. Where, you see what I'm saying? Where women, you're desirable off the rip. Boom. Now listen, love my boy Kevin Samuelson, rest in peace. Not everything he said, but he's the one that was like, women control sex, men control relationships. Bro, I have repeated that just the way I just said it multiple times. It never fails to get an incredibly strong reaction from females.
I was like, think about it. Think about it for a second.
Think about it
for a second.
Yeah, you can slang that thing anywhere you want. Doesn't mean I want to date you or the massive coup de grace, marry you.
It's like, you can get,
bro. It hurts, bro. It hurts. But it's true though.
It's true. It's I heard this one too. It's like men are more concerned about your future, and whereas women are more concerned about. Wait, hold on. No. Women are more concerned about your future. Men are more concerned about your past, because the past is evidence of what you'll do in the future.
Yes.
Right. So it's like, if you've been slinging that thing around town your whole life, it's like
Well, how many memes are there about? I'm not going to be grotesque, but when women are in their prime and when women want to settle down, you know those memes I'm talking about? It hurts feelings, but it's like, but is it wrong though?
Yeah, you didn't want me then. What the Mike Jones song? Back then, didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. I think that sums it up pretty good.
That's true, bro.
I mean,
bro, we get so much hate for these
things. I know.
We're gonna get so much hate.
But back to my original point is like, what are we allowed to expect? And obviously, I'm sure that comes from. That's going to be a person-to-person, relational. Like, if you decide to get with someone, that's going to be a discussion between the two of you. And like I said, maybe this is but you just hear it. You just hear the stories so much, just kind of just like put out there in the fucking ether that you're like, is this a common thing going on out in the open, in the real world, where like people are having these conversations?
It's more common in social media world where you see this shit. I think in real life that's not accurate. I don't know. I like to think that, because if you're actually looking for a relationship, there has to be some.
We got to be some reciprocity there.
It's mutual support. Like, what are we doing? Like, the women that like treat me as a goddess and a queen. It's like,
are you though?
All those things. I love you and all that, but like, you want me to act like a husband while you still acting like a girlfriend.
Yeah, no. Or vice versa. I'm sure that works the other way around too.
100%. Dudes are fucking shitbags too. Like, we both know that. But we're talking as you and me. Anywho, moving on. Top 3 things worth of money.
This is an interesting question.
Let me. I don't know how to quantify that, so we'll talk about it. But my grandfather had very strong opinions on what you should be cheap about and what you should spend actual money on. And I'm we posed this question before when we were setting up the show, it made me think about it. My grandfather, I'll stick to clothes for a second. Clothes. He's like working out around the house, whatever. He goes, cheap. Cheap is, he goes, suits, like when you're conducting business or in a professional atmosphere, do not be cheap. Period. The end. He also had very strong opinion. Cars. He goes, don't ever go cheap on a car. He goes, because when you need it the most is when it's going to fail you. He had very strong thoughts about this. Experiences too. He would eat this. He would eat. I mean, not back in the day it was cheap, but now I'm like, yo, that's like $30 a day. But he would eat. He would go to McDonald's every morning and get a bacon, egg, and cheese and a coffee. It was like $1.19 or whatever the fuck it was. This was back in the day. That was his breakfast. But if he wanted to have experience with his family, dude, he would spare no expense. If it was an experience that he was trying to provide or a celebration, he goes, these are not the times to be cheap. He goes, there's, matter of fact, I'm not saying frugal as opposed to cheap. He would say, that's how my grandfather said, frugal. So he just had but for him, it was just so clear. Like, I don't think I ever sat down and said, so Grandpa, what things should you be frugal on? It wasn't like that. He would just show you, and every now and again, he just dropped those little nuggets. Education was another one. Yeah. Education was a big one. So
it is a very broad topic. Obviously, you can break.
It's very broad. You can break
the general question is very broad, right? But you can break that down in plenty other different areas. But off the top of my head, I would say health is 100% the first one. Don't skip on that. So like your doctor, very expensive. It is very, very expensive to be healthy, right? So like medical.
Also, let me say something real quick with that. I didn't realize this, bro. You and I, because we work for the government, bro. Do you know how much people? I didn't know this.
Expensive.
When people are dropping like $40,000 a year on health insurance.
Crazy.
And it's not even come close to what you and I have.
Yeah, it's not even good.
I didn't know that.
It's crazy, bro. So that's why I was saying your health and wellness, do not skimp on that, right? So it's like if it's the 95% ground beef versus the 80%, buy the fucking 95% over the long haul, right? Talked about it before, like your peptides, your all this other preventative stuff. Pay the money to do to take care of your body. Your health is the most outside of time, which you can't buy, right?
Stop eating fast food. But yes,
that right. I was like, so health related things, always worth the money. I would say tools, definitely worth the money. Don't skimp on your tools.
Can I stand by? Can I stand by?
So let me preface real quick. Yeah. I'm saying tools, and I know off the first hand, people are gonna think I'm talking about like Ryobi versus Milwaukee. That's not. Yes. I was like, but your guns, your tools, your mechanical shit, like anything that is the tool, like mechanics and shit like that. Do not skimp on that shit. Don't skimp on it.
Let me speak on the tools, the Ryobi and all that shit. Stand by one. I am a DeWalt guy. I have been for a very long time. I thought my dad was. He's switched. I don't know what he uses now. I was like, Dad, this is where I got it from. He goes, yeah, that's old.
What?
My dad has now gone into another realm of tool that he likes. But I want to say, I remember I was talking to somebody, another young man. I was like, DeWalt. And I came over to help him do something. We were putting together something like a IKEA, whatever the fuck it was. And he had the Walmart, what is it? Heart brand.
Ah, yeah.
This one.
The little blue one.
Hold on. And I was shitting all over him, bro. I was like, dude, this says a lot about you as a man.
What is this? Yeah.
Hold on. We're building something. I'm using my DeWalt. Fucking shit. My DeWalt drill bit snaps off. And he goes, oh, hold on. I got you. Comes in with the heart. Boop. Rest of the project. I was like, damn. I got to rethink my shit. So I hear what you're saying. That's not the point you were trying to make, but I was like, damn, bro. That's exactly what popped in my head. I'm still a DeWalt guy. Yeah, I got humble. I got humble, bro. I got humble.
The cars and all that kind of shit you throw in there, And I'd say 2.
Hold on. One more. Quality over quantity. Hold on. And I'm not going to embarrass the young man.
Mm-hmm.
You know who he is. You met him at my daughter's graduation.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Some of this is just young man shit. So he bought himself a sports car. I think I already told you what it was. I don't want to put too much on blast. It just makes me laugh because the car that he purchased can only be driven in nice weather. He lives in the Northeast.
Yeah.
Also, it takes premium gas. It's very expensive to fix. Oil changes are $400 or $500. All this shit. It's a dope car. I get it. But reality and efficiency wise, bro, my man.
He'll get
probably
there.
Not the best use of your funds.
What we call a life lesson. He'll get there.
Hey, listen. So I get it. So personally, I immediately said, I get it.
Yeah, I get it. I 100% understand what's happening here. I'm not knocking you.
I fully understand.
I get it. I get you. It's like, but let me just offer you.
But when you have to,
let me offer you some perspective on what's happening.
Paying that premium gas price, got to pay that premium oil change, and now you got to buy another car because you can't drive that car in the winter or in inclement weather, and you're trying to work and all. We ain't there yet, bro. I'm just saying. We ain't there yet.
We'll get there. Let it happen.
Dope car, by the way.
Let it happen though.
Dope car. I get it. Anyway, sorry.
Let it happen. I'll say the third thing would be, I guess you could throw the experiences in there as all encompassing on this one. I would say like your travel.
See, that's important to me though.
Experiences. Don't skimp on those, right? I could give 2 shits about my mediocre drive to and back from work, or even my work car. It's like, I was like, man, I drive this for work. I don't care.
Let me ask you this about experiences, because maybe I'm snobbish and bougie, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, but maybe I am. If you're gonna, let's say you go to your family, like, hey, we're gonna go to Paris.
Okay.
We're gonna go to Paris. Oh my God, it's gonna be so exciting. But you are pushing the boundaries of your budget.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna fly over there, super economy, 3 layovers, the whole thing.
Ooh.
And then you get there, you're gonna stay in the most economic, affordable, not great, probably not the best part of town, probably not the best sleeping conditions. And then you're going to be on a budget while you go out into, I'm like, bro.
This is not fun.
This is my thing. My point, I'm going to give you the back for it. My point was go somewhere else that's in your budget where you can kind of blow it out, meaning like you can be comfortable. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you got to fly first class. I'm not saying any of that, but you're setting that experience up, to me, in my opinion, for a failure.
Yeah.
The response to that was, they at least got to experience this, whatever, in Paris. No. And I'm like, yeah, but that you showed them that experience in the worst possible light, under the most frustrating, distressed time. Like, bro, go to Orlando. Whatever your budget, like, ball within your budget, but. Bro,
I agree with you.
Why do that to yourself?
I agree with you, and
don't do it.
And this would be the perspective I would offer, right? Just off the top of my head. Have you experienced your own city in the top-notch way?
Dude, I am very much in part of what you're saying. Yes, right? 100%. Go stay at a really nice place
have you
or
experienced
whatever.
The best of what your city has to offer. Now,
that is such a solid point, bro.
If you've done that, now take that experience of doing that and do that somewhere else. Because like, if your experience at home-ish is, I wouldn't say shit, but like, it's not you haven't experienced the best of what your shit has. What makes you think you're going to do that over there? Like, do it here first.
I like your point so much. It's like, instead of doing that and, go have the best restaurant wherever you are, go there.
Yeah.
That's still an experience that most people have never had.
Yes.
And it just saved you $5,000 from having a subpar experience. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you're touching on something that I've actually thought about. Like, anyway.
Yep.
That's a great point. Go experience the best your city or your area has. And
then you can equate.
I feel like we're having a first world problems conversation.
We are. We 100% are.
We are, but we're talking about what's worth the money.
Worth the money.
To me, experiences.
Yeah.
And instead of stressing your family out, we're like, oh, we go to Disney every year. Bro, Disney's like $10,000, bro.
Yeah, that's expensive as fuck.
That's wild.
Why don't you fly to fucking, fly to the Philippines? You could stay in the Philippines for 2 months off of $10,000. Are you kidding me?
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not picking on Disney, but when I heard that number, I was like, I'm sorry, what?
It's expensive. It's over.
I had no idea.
It's over the top. All right. No.
They've lost their minds.
Yeah, I'm not that.
It makes that Kevin that Kevin Hart joke even funnier when he talks about who was the guy, the basketball player, Miami Heat. Dwayne Wade. Was it Dwayne Wade? He bought out the whole park.
Was it Dwayne Wade? Maybe it was. Yeah.
I can't remember. It's a Kevin Hart joke. I don't remember.
We'll come back and do it again tomorrow.
He's like, "Yo, am I checking on my savings?"
Yeah. No. Okay. I can only do this one day. I ain't got it like that.
Bro. We got
I ain't got it like that.
But no, to me, experiences within your budget.
Yeah.
And I would like to reiterate, because it always surprises you every time I bring it up. And I was actually just talking to my daughter because, again, I had my kids when I was an adult. I grew up in a fucking trailer park, bro. I wore Goodwill clothes to school. We would eat rice 3-4 times a day, like whatever. That was our meals for the day. Dessert for me was like putting brown sugar and cinnamon on the rice. That was rice pudding.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah.
So I'm not acting like I was born with some oh, I've traveled the world because no, dude. Like I've had to work most of it.
It's like I know how good of an experience this is because I've experienced the other side of it, and I know how good this is. Yeah.
And I will say, traveling overseas now, not for work, when I'm not with the Secret Service anymore. I'm like, I was like, yo, this is my checking and my savings.
Yeah.
It's like, it puts it, I'm used to getting paid to go travel around the world. Now I'm like, wait, this is coming out of my pocket? Damn.
Hold on. What hotel we staying in?
How good's the McDonald's in Japan, bro? Because we might be hitting that.
Exactly.
Shit. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, bro. Sorry. Bro, we have crushed it. We've only gotten into 3 things.
Yeah, knock it out. Fuck it.
You want to do all the rest?
Yeah, we got time. We're good.
All right. Conspiracy theories about tunnels. I'm going to let you talk. I have to
gracefully bow out on this one.
I hate being the guy, but I've signed too many NDAs. But I'll listen to what you have to say.
I was watching an interview about an interview on 2 other different podcasts, and I thought this was interesting. About a tunnel system that connects, the country underground, and you could supposedly, allegedly, maybe travel across the country in 20 minutes. New York to California, 20 minutes, that kind of shit. Or just having the tunnel system there. And I'm like, I don't think that's outside the realm of possibilities to me, just knowing the things that I do know for certain. And I keep telling you to watch this fucking show, but Paradise on Hulu.
No, I've watched a few episodes. It's hard. I've been busy. So,
amazing fucking show. But that's the general concept, right? To me, not outside the realm of possibility. And I'm like, I think it's like, first of all, I know it's there. I know it exists. But I don't understand why people would think that did not exist. Of course it does. Why would it not?
I'll say this. Elon Musk has 3 very famous, very popular companies. 2 of them you hear about all the time. 1 of them you don't. Do you know what 3 they are? Tesla,
of course.
SpaceX.
And then did he just buy Starlink?
Oh, well, I guess I don't know. I think Starlink's an offset. He also has the Boring Company.
I didn't know that.
Everyone knows that. You never hear about it. Yeah. What does the Boring Company do?
Drilling.
They create tunnels under LA. That's where they started. Do you think that's all he's doing with all the other stuff he's got going on?
Of course not.
How come you don't ever hear about the Boring Company?
I don't want you to hear about it.
How often do you reflect on your life? Health, legacy, gratitude, regrets, perspective. What no longer matters? Do you want me to go or you want to go?
I'll jump in.
Go.
Reflection after 40, I think reflection is maybe a luxury for time, right? So, and as a younger man, there was not a lot to reflect on because I hadn't done anything. You ain't been around for long enough. You don't have anything to reflect on per se, right?
Yeah, what are you reflecting?
What are you reflecting? What are you reflecting on? I learned how to walk. Congratulations, right? Right. But as I've gotten, further along in life, I find myself reflecting more, on a grand scale and on a micro scale, right? Um, what have I done? What have I accomplished? In the full scope of my life. Also, what are some of the small things on the day-to-day things that I've been through, changed about myself, lessons I've learned, how have I kind of grown, and also what do I expect to do going forward? Being 40 now and looking at my 30s as a whole, my 20s as a whole, your teenage years a little bit, you're like, damn, okay, I'm still myself, but I have a lot more layers. I don't know if I'm necessarily different, but I've changed. I'm not changed a lot, but I make different decisions now than I did at that stage, at younger stages of life. Right, I still am who I am at my core. I think it's interesting to have that level of reflection because, like I said, not everybody's granted the amount of time you are to be able to reflect. So I think it's interesting and it's a luxury. First world problem if you want, or just the luxury of time to be able to kind of look back and kind of see where you're at from I guess see how far you've come on the journey, if you will.
I keep myself so busy so that I don't have time to reflect.
Mhm.
But when I do, I reflect way more than I ever have in my life. I've said this a few times, and I've even talked to my mother about it. By the way, my mother has done a podcast and a radio interview, and I'm like, but you won't do mine? Side note, we'll get her on at some point. But she gave me advice 10 years ago that she swears she didn't give me, or she's like, was I drunk? And I was like, no, Ma, it was like anyway. I was like, you changed the scope of the way I view life. And
Mhm.
she's like, was that me? She's like, because I asked her, I was like, what's the biggest difference between your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, 50s? She's now in her 60s. I was like, what is the one thing that like sticks with you? And she goes, regret. She goes, try to minimize the things you regret in life. She goes, because that's what keeps you up at night. I was like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
And now she doesn't remember saying it to me. So whatever. Moving on from that. But in my 40s, I can tell you I have taken my health way more seriously. And in some cases, too late. I had a knee replacement. It's too late,
Yep.
All the peptides in the world can't bring back cartilage.
Yeah, I can't say that.
I am not. See, the hard thing is I'm not necessarily super focused on legacy, but I don't know. I'm hyper focused on giving my children the best leg up I could possibly give them. Meaning, I want to help them. It's up to them what they want to do, but whatever that is, with the least amount of debt, the most amount of support, the best school, the best possible situation I can help them get into to go off into adulthood.
Yeah.
I do have regrets a lot, as things that can't change it now.
Yeah.
I do the best I can. I try to learn from them, try to be better. My kids have talked to me about it many times. They're like, you're so much happier now. You're so less stressed now. All these, a lot of things that I've just had to let go. This kind of ties into the other thing with the women and men, the way we think about things. I was like, my perspective is a lot less focused on me and my career and all that. Like I was super hyper focused on that, I guess, in my 20s and 30s. Like I wanted to make as much money and I wanted to be the boss of all. It's not that I don't want to make money now, but I like I said, it kind of ties into, giving my family the best chance and making sure I want to make sure they're good. So I want Street Tales and 56 and the Street Tales Network to blow up so that I can give that to my children. See what I mean?
Yeah.
And not just my children, but like you and Mo. And to me, that's my family.
It's us. Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as what no longer matters, I mean, I felt this way for a long time, but material things do not matter as much as they once did. I think I've talked about it on, I don't know if it was 56 or Street Tales, but I remember when I was in my 20s, like, I'm going to buy a Range Rover. That's how everybody will know I made it. Like, I remember that. And like, very vividly, that was how I thought. I don't think that way anymore.
There's a lot of material things that fall off the list. I think it grows.
Yeah, material things are out.
It grows by the year and shit. Sometimes by the day, by the month. That like the shit really don't matter that much. Like you said, even in that aspect of like, oh, if I the 745 BMW used to be my, like, oh, I've made it car, right? Like, thing is just fucking, it's subtle, it's fucking nice, it's beautiful, it's big body, wide, whatever. I'm like, now I'm just like, yeah, nah. I mean, I drive something that's 3 or 4 times as big as that now, but it's like, yeah, my perspective on life is completely different, materialistic wise. It's like I was only buying that because I thought it was like,
bro, even like house and stuff, like, yeah, hopefully I'll phrase this correctly. The idea of having like a big house or whatever, I will take less to be further away from cities and highly populated,
populated. You're almost there. Populated.
There we go. Big words, bro. Big words. Populated areas. If I could, I would take less because that's, see what I mean? Like the idea of having this big house, nah.
Yeah.
I want enough room for me and my children. That's the other thing that I don't know. We'll see. We'll see as you move in, transition into this new phase of life with your children. A lot of people, when their kids move out, they downsize into like a 1-bedroom or a studio. I was like, I always want my children to know
they can come back.
They have a place. One, that they could always come back, but 2, I want to see them.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see them beyond just sitting on the couch in my living room while they're looking at my bed that's next to the TV. Yeah. I say that it's a very specific example I gave you because I know people who do that. Bro, why did you buy a condo? Because, dude, I'm right on the beach. Yeah, but your kids can't see you. He's like, man, they're doing their own thing. I'm like, whatever. That's not how I feel. I want my kids to always. Well, I always want them to come see me, but at least
you want to keep the nest. Yeah, you want to have room, space for it.
Yeah. They have room. They have room in my life always. Perspective change, I guess. There you go.
I think perspective is the biggest. Reflection changes my perspective, right? Especially, reflecting has changed my perspective on a lot of things, right? Even negative aspects of my life where it's like, man, I was very upset that something didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out in the moment, not realizing that not working out actually worked out for me. And that's happened, a lot in dating. Dodge some Neo in the fucking Matrix, dodging bullets on that shit, right? I was like, but just like in any kind of some career hiccups or just life hiccups, whatever, like, man, I really wanted that to work out at the moment. Not realizing like maybe it not working out was actually the blessing, you know what I mean? And there's in recency, there was a spot that I put in for before getting promoted. I was like, man, I was kind of upset that I didn't get it. Like, this would have been a great spot for what I had going on at the moment. Not realizing that, a year or so ago, a year removed from that, that whole unit is kind of like in flux. And, it's like, you could have been caught up in that, I don't want to say negativity, but you could have got caught up in that, in that stuff. Unbeknownst to you, like the better thing was it not actually working out and you just kind of like enduring a little bit more and getting somewhere even higher. I got higher than I expected to get at this stage. So it's like, sometimes a closed door keeps you on the path, and that comes through perspective.
Bro, and you could have had 96 teeth as your sergeant again. Bro, so I'm just saying. All right, bro. Last couple things. Biggest goals before 50, professional, personal, and if you have accomplished one thing before turning 50, what would it be?
450. I guess I got one more promotion that I'll be like, that's the one I need, right? So change up, get that gold. That's really it. Because I'll be retired before 50. So I hit my 25 before 50. So,
son of a bitch.
Exactly. And what was the other thing? Professionally, personal.
Personal.
I mean, obviously, I want to be a father and a husband. So that's, that's let's say this, a goal that involves only me, because that's not just a me thing, right? That's a joint thing. That's a joint goal. So I'll keep it to goals that
That's fair.
I'll keep it to a goal that I is solely dependent upon myself. Maybe, you know what? I want to drop back down to like 15% body fat. I actually want to scale it down to pursue longevity, right? It is hard to maintain certain things over a long period of time. We talked about it before, like, longevity of, doing things for a long, long time. But I think my perspective and my goals will probably be a lot different at 50 than they are right now, that they have been traditionally in the last 10 years. I think the next 10 years will be a different focus, more so on longevity, less to prove. I don't have that many things to prove physically. I've done all that shit. So like it's a different shift in the focus now. So I think that'll probably be
we'll
the big
see.
one. Yeah,
we'll see if you stop incline pressing 405 for reps. Whatever. At 50 years old, but whatever, dude. We'll hey, as long as you can do it. All right. So you laid out. Let's see. If you've accomplished one thing before turning 50, what would it be? I think you kind of highlighted both. Let's see. For me, I am as happy as I have ever been, my friend.
That's
my kids are done with high school. They are in the early stages. I tell if you've ever seen Master of Disguise. Yeah, I was like, you're both level 1 disguises now. As far as
level 1.
How many levels are there? 1,000. You're level 1. Professionally, I'm extraordinarily happy, even though I work for an agency that nobody knows exists, and Perfect. I have to explain what we do. Fine.
Yeah.
Again, I don't have anything to prove. And I get to do things I truly enjoy doing, which is training. And I'm advancing in that. Accomplished before 50. I don't have anything yet.
Yeah. Mm. I'm sure
very happy.
I'm sure that'll change. That'll change in the next year or so, I'm sure.
You know what? I would like Street Tales Network to be self-sufficient and pay all our bills before we turn 50.
It'd be fucking amazing.
Very realistic goal, by the way.
Realistic, very, very doable.
With all the things we got going on, very realistic. All right. This is it, and I got to roll. Have you learned more from college or more from life? Which taught you more? What lessons can only life teach you? What lessons again, we're both college graduates and we received our master's degrees. Not everybody goes to college. I have strong opinions both ways, but go ahead.
Ooh.
Continue. College or life?
I think my most impactful lessons have come from life. Definitely got to say, I mean, you need, the college serves its purpose, educationally speaking, learn how to communicate, in language, math, all that kind of stuff that you need. But as far as like life, learning something and gaining actual knowledge and experience, wisdom comes from life. 100% is going to be life every time.
Life has by far taught me more experiences. I'm going to turn the conversation a little bit to, I think college definitely still has a place and a role. I'm thinking about how to articulate this, depending on what you use it for. You need to pick a major or a skill set that is an actual real world skill that is needed.
Like liberal arts?
This is where it's hard for me because listen, I was a business major in my undergrad. I had high hopes and all this. I have never used it once. I got my master's in criminal justice, which every cop will tell you don't get a degree in criminal justice because you don't need it.
Yeah.
You need something to fall back on. But what I will say is I learned more about my profession during that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me think beyond the scope of just what I was doing. So this is where it kind of contradicts a little bit what I'm saying, but that's where I got the idea and the concept of working with probation and doing that whole thing, which turned into it was successful, irregardless of my compatibility with supervisors. But it was a successful thing, right? So it's what are you using it for? Setting yourself up for success in your career, in your life. I would say that if you go to college, this should be something that you truly desire to do because it potentially is your fallback. Meaning, if you go to school to be, actually, I got to be honest with you. I've met, I think we both have many lawyers that have law degrees that get into law enforcement.
Yeah.
I have met many, and I never understood why.
Different.
It's vastly different. And the ones that I've spoken to are like, yeah, I really thought I wanted to be a lawyer, but I hate that side. I prefer this side. So that's a great example. So whatever it is, I will reference Mo's son who wants to be an architect, so he can design them a dream home as opposed to their starter home. Let's do it. Oh, bro. I told Mo I'm going to bring that up forever and ever, bro. Mo was like, his bedroom is bigger than the house I grew up in. And he calls it a starter home. But like, you know what I mean? Like if that's his passion.
Yeah. It's functional
so
too.
I think like I said, college has its place, but I will say that and I feel so bad for my baby because she's caught in the administrative changes on the government subsidizing every degree. They're not doing that anymore. It's much more burdensome. I think long-term, it will lower the cost of college education over time, but that's going to be 10 years out and it's not going to affect my children anyway. So they're going to get screwed. And by that, I mean, I'm getting screwed. Did we talk about that yet?
No.
Have we talked about the college stuff?
Mm-mm.
So under the new guidelines, you, the student, can only borrow $5,000 a semester, max, period, the end. But then you say, well, Tyler, college costs more than that. Yes. Your parents can borrow $20,000, no more than $60,000 total. But Tyler, most colleges run you anywhere from 80 to 100 grand. Correct. Private loans, buddy. Private loans.
Got him. Fucking got him.
God damn, bro.
We're so lucky.
Yeah, we started on
so fucking lucky.
Yeah. Well, my children are paying the price, so unfortunately.
I mean, at least your son has some other options at his disposal, but
he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, for those listening, military is a great option.
Oh, to the
People
military.
keep doing it. You don't all have to be Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, Coast Guard. Boom, I can handle them all.
Go to the military. It's my only regret in life, not doing that.
You know what? That is one of my biggest regrets, too.
That's my only one.
Yep. Good episode, brother.
Good episode,
I think we'll close it out.
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, brother.
Fifty Sixin.